If you leave me a good time, I swear you are like the oxygen I need to survive. I'll be honest, loving the thought of me. I am so obsessed. I want to chop your heart. Never did it back and it's real. Open up, make us feel. You me love one thing, me make a bad man sing. Follow come, love is silicon. I got the finish work. Without you, I could feel lose my mind. Without you, I could feel fall and die. Without you, I could give up my life. Without you, never did it back and it's real. Open up, make us feel. You me love one thing, me make a bad man sing. Another nigga honey, lover, I wanna be a lover forever.
Only for hot gal in the place. Them want to wind them ways. Tell them forward in a ace. But the bang embrace, yeah.
Early morning love, she get it good from she rise. But put it on so good I make she shake all she ties. Smile upon her face, me know she pleased with this eye. Come ignorant to me, them gyal roll out them eyes. Go down there, wine and go down there. Go down there, wine and go down there. Go down there, wine and go down there. Go down there.
Wine for your good make sweat a drip off of me body, yeah. Oh, you're full of chat and you can keep up with me energy. What a epic night of it, embedded in your memory. Little bubble up, it treat it like a felony.
What you gonna do when there is nobody that do it better than this reggae guy? I can do this every morning, every evening. Have you screaming straight back to sunrise.
Bang, yeah.
Go down there, wine and go down there. Go down there, wine and go down there.
Yeah, go down.
Go down there, wine and go down there.
Yeah, nobody fight it, just get in a the position and boss one. Forget this is your mission. Big take a girl, man, you have the condition and boss one. Take a sip. One lose the inhibition, just start my ignition. See you swinging it and this is my ambition. We give you the legit love, make you turn and twist and me give you the speed, make you balance and grip on.
Go down there, wine and go down there. Go down there, wine and go down there.
Yeah, go down.
Go down there, wine and go down there. Go down there.
Stay down there, girl. Stay down there. My time to wine up. Let them know say that nobody can stop me shine. Caribbean girl, they never clean and refine. Girl, just make them know that you are one of a kind.
All them a do it like I pop it through the night. I saw me do it like one thing you tell the woman and get me hyper. Go down there, wine and go down there. Go down there, wine and go down
Yeah,
there.
go down.
Go down there, wine and go down there. Go down there.
Yeah, go down.
Move that up, move that up, move that up, move
Yeah,
that
go
up.
down.
Move that up, move that up, move that up, move
Yeah,
that
go
up.
down.
Move that up, move that up, move that up, move
Yeah,
that
go
up.
down.
And we can handle the man straight up.
Yeah, go down.
Yeah, willful. We do it. Valencia got it on my feet, yeah. DJ, real way, yeah. Shubo like Charlie, body like Raddy. Summertime.
say we reach long time. Last punch for nobody. No, low party pool party. Whoa, me and Tony too shorty. Party kick off, not a who start it. Party kick off, not a who start it. And know it, get every girl on it. Tell them to ride like a Ducati. Now touch the road, left the new 40. When me touch next door is a new party. Oh yeah, they know me money now. Inna the road, pass color go. Yeah, my gang is pulling up. I grade a beach to me sunroof. I be right, pan the cruising, pan the right boat. And every slip me bun bigger than a light post. A party with them in a white ghost, yeah. Low for the pool party. Me and Tony too shorty. Party kick off, not a who start it. Party kick off, not a who start it. And know it, get every girl on it. Tell them to ride like party. Now touch the road, left in new 40. When me touch next door is a new party. Yeah, my dog bring the any. Can number bring the Remy. Them girl are frost already. From them see me, them know say that stack heavy. Me haters dead and buried. We get them fat like Chevy. Pull them button like all in key. Me girl them pouring tree. VF fat pussy girl them on my pouring pee. Taking tequila shot and drink some kind 19. And if I board this DJ, you know what R.I.P. The God is all I be. Is all I be. Them see man rolling clean with that Chrome 19. Dan Julio, Julio. Make some crazy things, girl do for you. I deal with them straight W. Tell everything like Zara in case they know. Yeah, nobody in the party. Me and Tony too shorty. Party kick off, not a who start it. Party kick off, not a who start it. And know it, get every girl on it. Tell them to ride like a Ducati. Now touch the road, left the new 40. When me touch next door is a new party. Oh yeah, sugar like Charlie, body like Raddy. Summertime, like a deer. Child tell them say we reach long time. Last punch for nobody. No, low party pool party. Whoa, me and Tony too shorty.
Who the fuck that is? 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 I don't know that bitch. I don't know them either. Kinda look familiar. I done called amnesia. Who the fuck that is? 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 I don't know that bitch. I don't know them either. Kinda look familiar. I done called amnesia. I done fucked so many hoes I can't keep count no more. What somebody tell who hell no, he ain't got shit on dough. My neck on freeze, my wrist on glow. On high as fuck, I'm sitting low. Want your hoe, come get your hoe. I got a walking pigeon toe. America next top model, right here in my condo. Don't even know her name. I just asked her for a condom, and she look like Rihanna. Her ass is like humongous. She say she love my combo, cause I kick shit like a punter. But I don't know her name, and she don't know me either. She just want the fame. I just want bomb, no teeth. Love me long time. Love me long time. The reason all my days be blind days, cause this charm of mine. Who the fuck that is? Who the fuck that is?
You're a genius.
Walk up in the club, chopper in my backpack. First nigga play me, I'ma push it fucking shit back. Ass big as and she got that snapback. Break up on a nigga, take his pockets and his cash out. You little niggas stop it, do some wild ass shit. Yeah. You little niggas stay putting on, be broker than a bitch. Hey, crumb hoe, want some child support to get her half. Got 1 million likes on Instagram, but really say shit like my bussin'. They bussin', they bussin'. I'm bussin'. She say she like my bussin'. They bussin'. They bussin'. I'm bussin'. She say she like my bussin'. Yeah, big bus. I pull up in big truck, sippin' on a big cup. She talk about me, baby, when she see me want a picture. Rip your hood, throw it up. They hatin', I don't give a fuck. On your hood. share my meds. Yeah.
Used to have friends, now I got enemies. Used to keep them close, now they dead to me. Used to have friends, now I got enemies. Enemies, yeah, so sad. They said I would never get this far. Think that we don't see who you are. Laughing to the bank like ha ha ha. Guess that I'm just talking too much blah blah blah. So where did y'all go when I was shit broke? Couldn't even buy smokes. Now your mama needs tickets to my stadium show. She love it when she hear me on the radio. I know it's hard to swallow. Pride, sorry that you can't get over me. Now you're out my life. Relieved. I used to have friends, now I got enemies. Used to keep them close, now they dead to me. Money tend to show all the tendencies. Enemies. Sometimes, every time they let me down. Used to have.
I am, bro. Never forget. Okay. I got power. I'm so groovy. I got power. That's your bitch. I just bought her. Oh, that's your bitch. I just bought her. Perks in my lip. Plain Jane. I just fucked the face. I don't know her name. Tom Brady, Tony Snow. I just backdoored your hoe. Going crazy at the drug. I just suicide my door. Candy yams in the apartment. Living life, need no. Hydrocodone, let me breathe. VVS is on my sleeve. Curb out the codeine. Blind your eye with my ring. You ain't never gonna see me. I can Stella than McCartney. High fashion. John Madden. Bisex. No relation. Bought the jet. 60K. Austin Powell. MIA. Steve Cigar. Hard to kill. Stuff cigars. Hide your broad. She Photoshop. I'm photogenic. I just bit the bit. Hit the U-turn. Serving rocks. Made it to the top, Fuck going pop, I'm so groovy. I got power. I'm so groovy. I got power. That's your bitch. I just bought her.
Lo riba 60, riba por mi mente queda. Mi corazón está llena, bota cinta diferencia. Ta bota mi dream girl, es un comita feel bad. Bota la que mi feel safe, ta vosotras parece de. Ta bota mi dream girl, es un comita feel bad. Un comita feel safe. So me get he about me dream girl. It's the moment you know. Baby say, no, baby guarda amore tu lo mite, yeah. No me do nada amor suficiente. Baby say mami tapa mi dream girl. Tapa so te parece mami tapa so mi dream girl. No te so mi tafi. Como mi tafi say. Mami so tapa so mi que. Ya bota mi dream girl.
What's up, brother?
Yo, bro, what's good?
What's good with you? I ain't doing nothing. I'm just messing around on this podcast for a second.
I need to get a restream. I only got StreamYard.
Keep trying to tell me to get StreamYard.
Yeah, StreamYard pretty good for the feature I got, but this look like it's dope.
Yeah, you can do a couple things with it. I think they actually adding some more stuff to it. So I'm actually have both programs or whatever. I'm just getting the studio.
Okay. Yo, bro, what's good?
You got a what you in the background? I ain't doing nothing. I'm just messing around on this.
Is that me? I need to get a restream. StreamYard.
It looked like it's playing through your what's the name?
How do I stop that? Yeah, StreamYard pretty good.
You should be able to have to go into the original link and then press pause. So that way the live feed is not playing while you on. They actually adding some more stuff to it, so I actually have both programs or whatever. I'm just getting
You said press pause? Okay. Yo, bro, what's good?
Yeah, press pause.
All right.
Press pause on the actual screen.
Okay. I need to get a restream. StreamYard.
It sounded like you did it. Let me see if I can bring you up on the screen. Yeah, there you go. Look like you did it. You still there?
Yeah, I think I did it.
It sounded like you did it. Sound like you did. How's everything going with your channel, man?
Yeah, everything pretty good. I've been focusing on like other stuff. I've pretty much made like a TikTok and like Instagram and Twitch. So I've been like doing stuff over there, like doing other type of content that I'm not doing on here. So I've been like pretty much like focusing on that as of right now. And I'll come back to this channel and upload, because I used to upload on this channel probably like 10 times a day. But since I've been trying to like build my other stuff up, I've kind of slowed down on this channel. So I mean, it is what it is.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. No doubt. I was just checking out some of the YouTube shenanigans.
Yeah, it's a lot of this stuff going on. I'm seeing that what's the guy name? The guy Monty Woodgrain, and I ain't even peeped that. I maybe like 2 months ago I realized I heard someone say, or maybe I heard him say that he was from Philly. I'm like, oh snap, he in the same part of town I'm at, but I see that he's still doing stuff like getting in beefs with Kwame and and I ain't even subscribed to them guys no more. So like the only time I see that stuff, if I see it like on your channel or like Monty or Tommy and all of them, so I be like that stuff is crazy. I had to fall back from that. I couldn't deal with it.
Oh yeah. I'm not subscribed to most of the people that you named. Monty, I was subscribed to Monty solely based on the whole Hassan Campbell skits or whatever case may be. But I think it just happened to he just happened to have an issue with other YouTubers or whatever. But it is what it is, man.
Yeah, I can dig it, bro. Like
yeah.
I kind of feel like it's kind of like an oxymoron, but a lot of these people on here, and I'm sick and tired of hearing the word YouTube streets. Like, why every time, like, I'm serious about it. Like, it seems like we got to correlate everything to the streets some way, somehow, and it's like what? And I hate to say it too, but you don't get this in other sectors on YouTube. Like that's like when I first made my channel, this channel rather. I kind of opened it for like kind of everything because I didn't want to be like stuck in one type of like niche. So I kind of like dibble and dabble in everything. And when I'm kind of like on different sectors, like the white sector and all that, like you don't see none of the stuff that you see over here on the black side of YouTube. And that's everything, like in the manosphere, and like the I guess I call it the gossip column when you got like people like Kwame and everybody else, or even myself when I start like doing like reactions and all that stuff, talking about like the gossip and the beefs here on YouTube or on YouTube or just in general. And I'm like, I don't see that anywhere else or any other culture rather than over here. And it just makes me think like deeper into like what makes it so damn messed up, whereas though we got to keep like agging it with each other and we can never grow. Like you don't get this anywhere else. And I get subscribers giving me info on different stuff about like what's really going on in the world. and I'm peeping and I see what's going on. I'm like, and that's why I kind of paused on like all the videos, because at one point I was uploading a lot of videos on Young Pharaoh. I was doing a lot of reaction videos on Young Pharaoh. And once I start really seeing what's happening in the world all over, I had to cut all that shit out, because it's like, all right, it's real stuff happening in the world, and they keep saying these uncertain times. I've been hearing that word for the last 2 years, or that term. So I'm like, all right, these uncertain times, we don't even know what's going to happen next week, but yet we beefing about Tommy Sotomayor and the Shay Means or what this person said and all. Like it's corny. So
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't even think, I was watching. Actually, I'm the Shay Means person that you just mentioned. I don't even know how. I don't know if someone sent me the link or if I was actually subscribed or whatever case. I gotta go look, but I know I hit the link. Maybe it was just notified. I think it was a YouTube suggestion, and so I hit the link and I sat in there for like a good 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes. Where I was actually doing something. I was listening to something, and listening to what she was saying. Like she drank like literally a whole bottle of wine, and she was like talking about the situation between her and Tommy Sotomayor. And I'm like, man, I wonder, like these people, and it's crazy because I actually seen some people that was in my chat over there, and they were just like, calling people names and just doing a whole bunch of stuff, man. So I really, to be honest with you, I was literally sitting here and kind of doing what it is that you're doing in reference to, what direction do I need to take my channel in? Because it's not even a beef, man. It's not even about beef. Right now, it's about who is going to do something outrageous. That's really what it's all about, man. And I see that, some people, they have no, there's no standard. It's like, I'm going to do this, and it's a just because type of situation, So I definitely feel you on other parts of YouTube and what people are doing and talking about in reference to having real conversations that don't mean that we're going back and forth with one another. Because my thought is, if it was a real situation, somebody would have pulled up by now. Somebody would have did something,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of tough guys on here, all this slander and all that stuff. And I'll be like, I had made a video a couple weeks ago talking about that, and I'm like, y'all would never do this here in the city. Like these, like all this stuff y'all be talking, these young boys would smoke you. Like real talk, real fast. And they know it. That's why a lot of these people around here, like on these YouTube streets, they hide behind the camera and everything, because they know they really don't want, they're not like that in real life. And I see through a lot of these people, like, and this is not me talking all tough and stuff, because truth be told, I ain't nothing like that. Like, that's my brothers and my rest of my family. Like, to be honest, out of people I grew up with, I'm like the nicest one. But I recognize the fakeness because I be around people who do all that dumb knuckle stuff like and it's so funny. Both of my little brothers, I say little like they young. They both like in the early 30s. I'm 37. They like 31 and 33. Both of my little brothers just got out of jail 5 days apart last week. And so me and my mom, we like all right, we gotta set them up, getting them out the city because it's real crazy out there. So we like, I just moved out of the city last year. I'm like in the burbs area, like out in the county. So I'm out here and we just like trying to move my brothers and everything out here too because it's like real crazy and everything in the city. And the reason why I bring all that up is because like it's so much danger and violence going on just for dumb stuff. And a lot of these people here online do a lot of dumb stuff and they don't realize the repercussions it can cause. Like it's people that's so thrown off. They were because they don't have nothing to do. They were literally research everything they can about you and figure out where you be at, where you live. If you're an hour away, 2 hours, 3 hours away, they would drive there and do something to you. And a lot of these people don't realize that. I'm seeing this stuff online all day, every day. Not like as far as YouTube people, but just like average everyday people. So I'm like, if that can happen, why not happen? Why not people do this on YouTube, especially whereas though you got some of these people who are quote unquote got like a little name for themselves, little couple subscribers, so people know where they be at. Some people know it, and then if they got like subscribers or people they don't like, and someone find out that you don't like them, you got people who are willing to give you information on them just so you can do something. All that, like, it gets real deep and crazy. So, like, I try not to. Them dudes is weirdos, and they don't get it, but it is what it is.
Steven, what's up, man?
How you doing, man?
What's going
I'm
on?
about to piss somebody off.
Don't piss nobody off, man. We just chilling.
How you fellas doing today? I just got on my phone, man.
We just chilling, man. We ain't even talking about nothing. Just chilling.
Yeah, I never used Restream before. My apologies about the setup, but I wanted just to chime in since you're doing an open panel.
Okay.
The first thing that I know you haven't touched on it yet, but the Beyonce mother thing with the documentary, and I look forward to seeing it as a black man myself. And I'll be disturbed that we never have that look for us. And every time we have a look for us, it's more of a you playing sports or you rapping, and that's it, you know. But now we got somebody that's gonna speak and just put out some stuff, you know. And me bringing that up is to say this too, like, why people petition to stop that, you know? And it mind boggles me because you don't even see quote unquote supremacy or white supremacy or white male patriarchy trying to stop that movie or that documentary. But we got women that look just like me is stopping that or just mad about it in general. But I know you haven't touched on it, but what is your point of view, y'all two fellas here, on why we about to piss someone off?
Hey, bro, I haven't been following the Beyonce Knowles situation, so I have to look at that. I will have to look at that and see what is actually going on. I heard something about it, but I haven't really paid attention. I'm not, there are some people that are very. I've seen so many fanatics on social media. Maybe I just haven't paid attention, but I know that Beyonce and everything surrounding Beyonce is kind of fanatic-ish. And
Mhm.
so I know anything that's surrounding her mother or father or Jay-Z or her children is definitely going to be fanatic-ish. So I really haven't paid attention to it. But I mean, if you have information about the documentary, I mean, feel free to to tell us about it. You know what I'm saying? And we can have a conversation from there. But I haven't seen anything long enough to speak on it.
Oh,
Neither have I. I
me
haven't
either.
heard of it.
Yeah, I think the documentary, I don't know if it's out now or it's about to be out within a month or so. But the documentary is about, I think they got like 6 different parts, and each one is just about the stereotype of a black man. So I don't know exactly the exact titles for each part, but when I heard somebody talking about it yesterday, I was just like, oh yeah, that need to be talked about. And I'm glad somebody with that type of notoriety and fame can really put that out there. My disgust of it is how black women is pretty much saying we don't want to see that, we don't want to hear that. Why you being a pick me and all this stuff. But we sat here for about 15 years and all we heard about is our girls, black girls rock, black girl magic. I never heard no man say, call BT and say, petition and say, hey, we don't want to hear about no black girls.
Right.
But it's just it's disturbing, I would say. And it just makes it makes you feel when you out and about in the world that people that look like you don't even like you, they don't even care for you, and they want to see your downfall.
Well, can I chime in right there on that? Because for me to piggyback off that, I talk about that all the time as far as just like people like there's lots of people who argue about men doing this, women doing that. And as I'm going along, like all right, if I can be transparent, like I've someone who revered myself like red pill, manosphere. So I think when I first got into that sector, I was kind of just like everybody else who kind of found it. I was someone who was like looking for answers and all that stuff, like Wild Night Scots finished last, blah blah blah. And I think a lot of dudes kind of get caught up in it, kind of. If you think about it, it's kind of like how when females got caught up in the feminist movement. Like females were happy to realize that there's like a backing behind them, people that support them and all that stuff. So then when you got like the red pill community and like people like Kevin Samuels and O'Shea Du Jackson and all these other people coming out, you got a lot of dudes coming out happy because they never felt that support before. But I'm realizing that it's not just men or women, it's just people in general. Like people are just wicked, people are evil. And a lot of times people get lost in these categories, in these groups. And I'm starting to see that it's not just about groups, it's just about us. If you want to be a better person, it starts with you, man or female. So, I mean, that's just my take on that.
It's good to be up here with some like-minded fellas up here. But yeah, I like when you do the open discussion, man, because we can always talk about other stuff. I'm not gonna pretty much bring up the Russian stuff because that stuff is so early in the game, and plus I don't know too much on it. But I did wanted to touch that, and then I wanted to touch the what they call it, the get along game, and how people use that term when in fact that they are a part of the get along game. And my thing is this: when it comes to YouTube and stuff like that, because I've been just looking for years. Like you started off, I started off listening to 363 Black Magic and all that, the Zaza Ali and on the Professor Griff. Like I lived off that working third shift at the hotel. I used to sit there and listen to a lecture 3-4 hours. But yeah, we all grew from that. But like tough love, I see what you tried to do in the past with people arguing and talking stuff. And then I seen certain people that you can't even talk to like we talking to right now without them raising their voice. And keep raising their voice and keep talking until you decide not to even talk anymore. And what's happening is with a lot of these panels, everybody is deriding. Like say if it's 6 pictures up, 4 people deriding. One person is the newest person that they rotating through, and then it's another person that's just like a fuse. Kind of like that one show in Miami when they put a bunch of girls around you, and then they got a girl sitting next to somebody arguing and threatening, but ain't nobody said anything because they think it's cute, you know. Oh, we got some girls sitting here. But my thing is, when I look at that type of stuff, it's been like people been saying Jay Springer, but I'm gonna say this: I noticed it from the get-go. I was like, that show right there. That's fuck shit show. And you got people talking about Night Riders and I Don't Mess with the Dark. And then you have one particular girl sit there and say, well, I like them, but I don't like another person for talking about black people when they both do the same thing. I'm like, huh? That don't even make sense, you know? But my thing is with this is a lot of us need to stop. We need to turn down the nookie. We gotta, because my thing is this, that girl that, what is her name? I don't know who spelled Shay with a C, but only a hood rat. But somebody was screwing her, and that's why she kept coming there multiple times with no type of like notoriety or nothing. And I just was like, wow, this is crazy. Like, and the thing is, everybody keeps saying black women ain't protected. And I'm baffled because when my daughters get my age, the protection won't be there because what's going on right now.
Yeah, I feel you. Well,
yeah.
Go ahead. You want to go tough? I'm sorry.
No, I can wait. I'm chill mode, man. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Oh, well, I think, truth be told, I don't think a lot of these people really care about black females. You know, like, it's just a wave right now. It's something to talk about because a lot of people here on YouTube in the black sector talk about black females as far as protection. So I think, it's just a talking point to give views. Prime example, just the other night, Tasha K, she had the interview with the young lady you just was referring to, Shay Means, and another young lady called up to the show to question her because she had a different of opinion of Tasha K and Shay Means. She kind of agreed with Tommy Sotomayor, and because she didn't agree with Tasha K and Shay Means, Tasha cussed her out, called her B word and all that stuff, and tossed off the show. So I'm sitting there looking at it like, well, I thought this was about, like, you did the whole interview, the whole panel was about, you know, her telling her story about protecting black females, and yet you cuss out a black female and call her the B word and everything. So, and it's not just Tasha K. It's not an isolated incident. It's a lot of people who do the exact same thing, and people will come on my channel and will say something like, "Oh, you defended Tommy Sotomayor," and I'm like, all right, well, if Tommy Sotomayor, they'll say something like, "Well, Tommy Sotomayor hate black females." I'm like, well, your favorite YouTuber hate black females or called her a B sometime in their life. So because Tommy called him the B word, he's you know, he's the Antichrist now. Like, I don't be getting some people arguments. Like everyone, I think just about every, especially black person, I think just about every black man in their life called the black female a B word. If they haven't yet, they will in some point in their life. But I'm dead serious. So, because like sometimes it just be like that. But I mean, that's another story for itself. But yeah, I just think that it's just subjective, selective hatred towards certain people. So that's just my opinion.
I hear you, sir. I have I want to ask y'all. I don't know if all y'all married. What is 4 of us on here? I am. I want to ask this question too. I'm pretty sure y'all got children or somebody you care about that's a child. Let's look forward. Let's double the time right now. What do you see for the children going forward?
Well, as a ex-wife, a mother, a grandmother, I don't believe that we can speak for everybody's children because everybody's child is in a different space. Everybody's child is being raised differently, and everybody's child is chastised differently and taught differently.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how you want me to answer that. I can speak for me, like I said. I have children from my marriage. My oldest is 32. All of those kids have businesses. All my daughters are married, you know, again, self-employed. Those 5 are from my marriage. And then I have a 16-year-old. Her father is deceased, and I'm raising her on my own. So I'm on her double time. So she just got her driver's permit last week. Her first summer job was for the city. She just started a new part-time until summer comes. And
Gotcha.
her goal is college.
I wish I had that goal when I was that young.
Me too. Listen, I lost out a lot. I was married young, and he did everything. And, with that came control. I was a homemaker all my life until I was like 30. I didn't even know how to do an application because I didn't have to work. But then when I realized...
No, you don't have to know how to do an application. You send a resume through.
I have my own business, so you're absolutely right.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I know that's
Somebody
right.
else is going to be doing the application if God bless me right.
Yeah, me and my wife started some last year with edibles. So we do RSO. I don't know if y'all know about medical marijuana and stuff. I'm in Michigan.
Yeah.
And we got a business. We do truffles, we do merch and certain stuff like that. We kicked it off late last year. And I put a lot of money in. My dad passed away. He left me some money, so I put a lot of money in it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a grower. I end up buying brought the license. So I'm looking at 200 to 500 plants going into this year that I gotta take care of, plus working. But yeah, I understand, and I'm glad to hear that from you too. And it's good to hear that your kids is doing great. I got 2 daughters, and 9 and 12.
I have one son. I'm sorry. My son,
I break down when I see the growth of them, and
yeah,
I seen them pop out the cooch. I cut the umbilical cord. I seen the blood. I seen it all. So I was there when they was crying, talking about this is hard to do. Oh, this is hard. What is this? How do you write this sentence? All the way into now, the school saying your daughter's a top 100 student in the school district.
She's on the honor roll. I'm doing this by myself.
And look, the thing is too, I watched the growth. I never had an A. The only time I had an A was in football class. So I never had an A. If people look at my transcript, it's D, 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 C, C, D minus, D minus, D minus, a bunch of E's and incompletes.
Wow.
Not because I was stupid, just because I was misguided.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it kind of fits that way. But yeah, I was bringing that up to say about the future of the children. Yeah, everybody is raised different. But when it comes to our children in general, like black children, they gotta be taught different. And to top it off, especially if like my kids is mixed, you know, so I really have to push in who I am and talk to them about that completely. You know, because it's hard because they can sit there at Nana and Papa house and it's just white people and they loved and affection, and then they can go elsewhere and see the same type of people and it's a different problem. So yeah, we sit there and talk, but like I said, 12 and 9, I got a long way to go.
I understand because my kids from my marriage, I'm originally from Brownsville, Brooklyn. So the kids from the marriage, the older children, they're from Brownsville. And then my 16-year-old, she's born and raised in Jersey. So the grown kids, when they come visit, and they like, Mom, what's she looking at? I'm like, yo, we don't do that over here. You feel me? And then I got the 16-year-old. She's like, Mom, I don't want to hurt nobody, but they pissing me off. This like the third, like she'll give you a chance. But the other kids, it's on. They're gonna call all 5 of them and they coming through. But it's different. It's different. They were raised with me and the dad. The dad was, a street dude in the beginning, but as they grew, that he had his business, and then everybody followed behind him. And again, with her, it's just me, and so I just try to, do the best I can. I don't right now I'm single because she's the age where people can't be in and out of here. You know what I mean? If you ain't here for the long haul, you can't come here. And so I'm careful what I put around her. I'm careful with the conversation she hear. She's been on the honor roll all her life. I'm a PTO member at the school. So I'm involved a lot. And sometimes I have to tell her, well, Maya, with something going on with her friends, I have to tell her. But, maybe you can tell them, something different. Or I would get on her about staying on that honor roll. And she said, well, nobody else is. And I said, ho. Well, have you spoken to them about wanting to do better? So I try to teach her that she could be a leader and teach somebody that you could be on the honor roll and do all those things and still have your fun.
Yeah. That's how I go.
It's all in what you plan on them and how you teach them. But we can't teach everybody kid hands on. That's the thing. But if we plant one of our own out there, maybe they could grab one or two.
Yeah, this goes back to what I was saying about the children. And I know you said everybody's raised different, but I'm going to go back and say it again. As a black children, it should be, as us as black people in general, this is my thinking of it. We should have basics of what we teach our kids. And it's not, you used to be a slave and this person used to be better than you. And because I was raised and born in Pontiac, Michigan. A lot of y'all would say that's Detroit or whatever, it's the hood. But all I knew as a kid was I wasn't nothing. I was a slave, Harriet Tubman, Martin Luther King. Hey, you want to talk like Martin Luther King, but then you look on TV and then all I seen was Tupac, Snoop Dogg, and Dr. Dre, and all that type of stuff. That's early 90s, mid 90s.
Right.
And then the Master P era came through, the Hot Boy stuff. So I that's what I seen. But I'm sitting here thinking because I want my daughters to be married. And I'm looking and I'm like, if these boys is being raised like this,
man,
oh my God, I don't know what to do.
I'm scared for my little girl. I'm serious.
Yeah, like they're honest to the point where you gotta tell your kids, hey, don't worry about getting married young. Don't worry about doing all that. You need to go. We used to say go get your education. It's not even about that no more. It's about knowing how to read and write and comprehend and do whatever you want to do in life.
Even with my little girl, we had, when they growing up and you teaching them to wash and bathe and things like that. And we had a conversation, and I would say to her, you know, when you grow up, no man don't want no dirty girl or whatever the case. And she was like, no, you have to tell them. They have to keep themselves clean. Nobody, I mean, they'll
Yep.
take it and talk about you.
Yeah. Hey,
So
look,
she
my
would say
daughter
to me,
today,
she would say to me,
my
she
daughter
would say
today
to
was
me,
smelling like a bag of onions. I go in the dang old room.
yeah,
She's
she's
sitting there
serious. So
playing
she
what they
would,
call it,
yeah.
Roblox. I smell. I'm like, I said, you need to jump in the shower. She said, I know. She ended up jumping in the shower right away because she know I get mad, you know, because that like what you just said, I say it. I said, nobody want to be smelling no smelly cuckoo. That's what
She
I
said,
say. I say cuckoo.
she said, I ain't having no boyfriend. I'm having a husband. I said, I'm going to hold you to that.
Yeah, it's amazing though when it comes to the girls. I know you, Mr. Tough Love. I seen you post a little girl up. So I don't know if that's your daughter or your niece, but I know.
Even with my son, we all got one. I can't sit here and say all my children. I have a son. My son is a music artist. I do not promote him because I'm a mother. He has sisters and he has nieces, and we're not whores and sluts.
Yeah.
So I will not manage him until he figure out something else.
Oh, so he drill rapping.
He think.
Hey, but you gotta understand. Well, I don't know your age. I'm 38.
I'm 50.
My drill rapper was 50 Cent, Jay-Z, different
Biggie
types of
Smalls,
people. That
Little
was my
Kim.
drill rapper.
Biggie Smalls, Little Kim, Eve, and Remy Martin is my favorite.
There you go. Eve is one of the most underrated female artists.
I had
While
every
people be
color
talking
hair
about
she
everybody
had,
else.
every haircut she had, every color she had. I almost got a motorcycle. But it's different now, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
he'll find his way.
yeah, he
You
will.
know,
You know, we're praying.
yeah, music. Cause drill rap. I was talking to a friend. Actually, I did a video on this on the channel. I'm trying to start up my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And me and a friend of mine, we was talking about what the meaning of drill rap, and we broke it down. And drill rap to me is not a beat. I know what happened in New York. They trying to end it or whatever. They trying to make it a beat so they can blame the producer instead of the artist.
But you know what it is? They let so much in already that the kids think that that's what they have to get in.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Every bar, drill rap to me, I don't care if it's on a Marvin Gaye beat. If every bar is talking about how you gonna kill somebody, how you gonna bang that girl, how you gonna bend them over, you gonna show money, then you gonna kill them again. Like these guys are so creative that they can kill you 50 times in a 2-minute song.
But you know what? The sad part is, even with my son, the sad part is some of this stuff these kids ain't never done. That's real.
Hey, most of it.
Yeah, a lot of it they don't. But look, have y'all noticed that someone left? How y'all feel about that comment? Someone just left in the chat. It says the left is destroying black families. It's all part of their plan. Like, do y'all agree with that? Do y'all think you got some merit to that statement?
Well, when it comes to families, I feel like only you could destroy your family. I don't feel like nobody could destroy your family because, you know, when they get older, they're going to do what they do. All you can do is try to do the right thing and try to guide them right. We can't say what they're going to do when they out their house, when they out your house. But when they growing and they in your house, it's your responsibility.
Yeah, you absolutely right about that. But I'm talking more abroad as far as like what's the words I'm looking for? Like
in policy? You mean in policy or just in general?
Not really policy, but just kind of like just like I guess you can say policy, like certain policies in places where as though we can't progress as we want to as a community. Like think about it. Why is it that a lot of our grandparents and great grandparents were like had houses, they owned their houses, they were able, like our grandfather was great. I know my great grandfather and my grandfather, they had like trades and stuff from high school, and they were able to support a whole family with that. Now today, like in my time, I'm 37, so like once I got to school, they started taking all that stuff out. The best I ever had was home ec, and that was like 6th, 7th grade. And after that, I ain't even had nothing no more. We don't even like. They don't really teach us anything.
They don't, because my daughter is 16, and when I found out that they took creative writing out of school, I sat down with her. She could sign her name, and a lot of these kids can't sign their name because they don't teach it no more.
Right.
Those are some things that the parents don't even pay attention to.
Yeah.
Right.
And what happened to cursive writing?
They took it
Why
out.
they teaching cursive writing, and then when you on your smartphone, it's not a cursive word on there?
Well, you need to sign your name regardless. It's going to be somewhere you need to sign your name.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm just saying though, they dumbing everything down pretty much.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Some kids don't even have gym.
Yeah, because I know people that sign names, they just sign their name in regular English. I said, huh?
I know some. Like I said, she can sign her name. Her godbrother is 20-something. But when I started teaching her at like 10, and I asked, the godmother, I said, they took out, she said, I know he don't even know how to sign his name. I said, well, Teresa, you have to teach him. If you see things that they're lacking, it's your responsibility to teach them.
Right. Yeah. Just like we got to start teaching our kids, boys and girls, like as far as like carpentry, like building, agriculture. I think we lost a lot of that stuff. I think us as a community, we need to start learning that, because we too dependent on the system and the way the stuff looking now, as far as everything's happening in the economy and this potential possibly World War III about to pop off.
I'm telling you, you see that?
Like I talk about this on my channel a lot. Like my slogan for 2022 and here on out is stay prayed up and stay prepped up, because
that's what we do.
We gotta start doing it for ourselves. And kind of like my man was saying, like I didn't grow up learning how to build, learning like cars and like man, like I call it manly man stuff. Like I ain't know all that shit. I had to teach myself. So, and I tell people all the time, Google and YouTube is all that stuff is right there. I know how to do so much stuff now from being on Google and YouTube. And I went to school myself. I got my OSHA 10, my OSHA 20. Like I did all that stuff myself because I wanted to learn how to do it. And now I'm equipped. I got basic enough skills rather anyway. And like I'm not an expert, but I got the basic enough skills to be able to do certain stuff if need be. And I can pass it along to my kids or my family, who want to learn.
Right.
OSHA, look, I got OSHA 30 and OSHA 10. The OSHA 30 class, that's hard. And they go through a lot of like basic stuff that a lot of people to this day, when I be on job sites, don't even know.
Right.
Yep. So that's a real good skill. And I think the OSHA card lasts, 5 to 7 years or something like that?
Yeah, it's like 10 years, I think.
Yeah, because I got to renew mine. I got mine probably like four years ago.
And that's
I got mine right before, like, I literally graduated school like 2 or 3 weeks right before the world shut down in 2020 and where the pandemic was at. So I kind of loved that.
But
yeah, you good. All you got to do is get that CDLs now.
We have to try to like pass down to them what we have, because they're really not giving these kids the tools that they need. I have a printing company, so I do t-shirts and I branded a lot of artists and things like that. And so when she went for her job interview, my youngest daughter, she said, "Mom, I don't know. They asking me about my experience." I said, "Well, what? Don't you have experience?" She said, "No." I said, "Don't you help me work?" I said, "So you have customer service, you have petty cash, you have shipping and handling."
Right.
And she put it on her resume and she got that job for the city.
Yep.
Yes, you do got experience. You got a lot of
a lot of times when I used to work, I used to fake it till I made it. I ain't gonna lie, like I'm like I started off like doing like warehouse work. I think I was 15 years old, and my next door neighbor, they needed help, so he was like a manager at this expo center out in Fort Washington, and he got me the job there with them, and that shit was so damn hard, but it kind of helped me with let's like just doing hard work. But when I got tired of that, 'cause that was like 99 or something like that. I think 99, 98.
Okay.
And then
Was it labor hard though? Was it labor hard or mental hard?
At the time it was labor hard because I was like they was teaching me how to use forklifts and shit. Like I started using forklifts like maybe like 2 or 3 months in and all that stuff. So and I ain't know nothing. And Mr. Joe, he told him that I had experience, and you know I'm a young boy. I don't got no damn experience. So, I used to have to fake it till I make it. And then I used that same strategy just going on like with different types of jobs I had, just going in like not with no experience, but told them I had it, and just watching people on the job, watching what they doing, and then now I'm just like real good at doing stuff. But I kind of got like my own construction business. I started in 2020, so I'm like, that's kind of like doing real well now. I'm doing that.
That's good.
And I'm
what state you in, sir?
I'm in Philly.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not close to me. I'm finna say we can put some stuff in. Yeah. I got a CDLA. I got every endorsement. I got hazmat. I got bus, double, triple tanker.
Wow.
I got everything. Only thing I had to do if I want to ride a kid bus, I had to go take the kid bus test. But besides that, I do got the OSHA 30. I got OSHA 10. I got CPR, first aid training, hazmat awareness. I'm trying to think. I got a whole bunch. I had a whole bunch of stuff. You know,
but a
brick
lot of times we
mason.
have skills we don't even know we have.
Yeah, I got the cars to back them up. But my downfall was 4.5 years ago. After I came from Oklahoma, I got back in Michigan, and I ended up from Oklahoma. It was like a $1.5 million job that they got kicked. The company got kicked off the site because of me. And I jumped in a company vehicle with a fuel cell in the back. I went to go eat the gas station. I came back. This was in Cushing, Oklahoma, the oil rig. I came back with a state truck. It's a regular truck with the thing in the back. And the fuel cell hose bust because whoever loaded that truck, they put a degreaser on top of the fuel cell and it ripped. And diesel went all over the job site. And I mean, if I wouldn't drove that car and somebody else got in, then it would have happened to them. But unfortunately, I was running a vac truck, sucking oil. I was hungry. It was lunchtime. And I said, let me go grab one of the other company trucks and go get something from the gas station. And that happened. And ever since then, that was an Enbridge project. So now Enbridge, like through Michigan, they got a lot of stuff with the Enbridge. They won't touch me because them white dudes back in Oklahoma, they end up writing me up. Like every day they was writing me up for not using proper gloves. They was mad because I was an operator and I wasn't in the thing getting oil all on me, and I spent half my day going from Cushing, Oklahoma to Oklahoma City, or I was going to Stillwater. And where Cushing, Oklahoma is at, that's an hour drive each way.
Right, I was going to say that's a long ass flight.
Yeah, hey, 2 hours driving, spend an hour dumping the oil out, spend another 40-something minutes cleaning out the tank. Hey, two trips. That's already an 8-hour day.
Wow.
Yeah, so and that was 30 an hour.
Yeah,
but that destroyed my career as a dad, and ever since then, man, I ain't never made that money again. Ever. And I learned, but what killed me was when I got fired, I was depressed. I drove to Pontiac. I hung out with my dad. It was around this time. Because his birthday on March 1st. And I ended up drinking a little bit with him, chilling and stuff. We were smoking. I drove back to the because that's the Detroit area. I drove back West Michigan. Somebody called the police on me, said I was what they call that, reckless driving, but I was singing in the car. You know, the Pandora, and I had the dog with me. They pulled me over. He asked me all that. The officer asked me why you keep drinking an energy drink, but he don't understand. I've been in the car for an hour and a half sitting down.
Right.
I'm drinking an energy drink because I'm trying to stay up to get home. But story short, I passed every test but that blow test. I was 1 point off passing the blow test, and that destroyed my career. So anybody hearing this, stay your asses off the road when you're drinking.
Right.
Especially long.
Great advice.
Look, if I would have waited 30, 40 minutes before I got on the road, I'd have been okay. But now I really take it to heart that I'm glad it happened. Now, look,
Yeah,
they got my butt here now, and I'm sitting here drinking, and I'm chilling right at the house. I ain't riding around. I ain't trying to see what everybody doing.
I know that's right. It ain't worth it.
Well, I be trying to encourage people, everybody that I talk to nowadays anyway, to try to find some type of way to gain some type of financial freedom, stability, and whatever path you got to take to do that. Like I had made a video, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks ago now or something like that, talking about it. And I was saying like how like 3 years ago, it was hard for me to pay like $545 a month in rent for an efficiency up in West Philly. And I'm working like little odd jobs here and there, like temp jobs and everything like that. And I can never get a real job. Well, mainly because I'm a professional boxer, and I can never really keep a job because I'm always training. And every time I get like I had a real job, I would like have to train, or a fight would come up and they wouldn't let me take off. So I would just like, do it anyway. Because if I fight like 3 or 4 times a year, I can pay my rent with that. So
right.
So I was cool with that. Like, all right. But I would still have to keep like a little temp job or something like here and there, just in between. And when I hurt myself in what was that, 2020, I had hurt myself. I got into a car accident. Now I wasn't drinking, I was speeding. That was my thing. I'm always speeding, I'm always in a rush. And I hurt myself real bad. And now I got like nerve damage in my lower lumbar. I got a labrum tear that's still open right now that I still didn't get surgery for. And I just had surgery on my meniscus on my left knee. So I'm all fucked up right now. So I'm like, all right, I ain't making big in boxing. I saved up a little bit. So I was cool. And I had to do something. So that's when I started, I went to school and got my OSHAs and everything. And then I opened up my own, well, not my own, me and my partner, me and my homie, we invested getting our LLC and everything. And we started our own construction business. And now I do that. And then you combine that with, me still doing little hustles here and there and doing like my social media stuff where I monetize at. So I'm at a point now where I'm like, all right, I ain't never depending on nobody else to like tell me I can't work or tell me I can't take off and all that stuff. And I be trying to get like my friends and family to do the same thing. Now it's hard. It was hard for me rather, but I'm like, it is totally worth it. Like I can do whatever I want. I ain't got to clock in nowhere, none of that stuff. So I be trying to tell people, like, whatever you gotta do to get somewhere, like do that. Like my plan, my 5-year plan was to be 6 figures, and I did that like last year. Like, all right, in 5 years I'm gonna make 6 figures. Now I'll probably do like I'm probably gonna have to change it.
No, leave it the same and keep working hard.
You know,
Leave it the
it's gonna
same and keep
come.
working hard. Look, don't tweak it if it don't need to be tweaked.
Right.
Period.
No, I'm saying because like no, the bad thing though, I ain't gonna lie, like to put it out there, the bad thing is I got like 3 daughters. You know what I'm saying? I got 2 different baby moms. So my baby moms, we don't get along. So
I don't get along with my husband. Nope.
They know that I do all this stuff, and they be seeing me like on social media, on YouTube, doing everything. So in their head, in their mind, I'm like rich. Because they seen, like I just said, like 3 years ago, I was struggling, and now I'm out the city. I'm chilling in the burbs and stuff. So they like, what this motherfucker? Like, what are you doing? So they like, now I'm paying like all this damn money a month for all 3 daughters for child support. So and I bring that up because like that's something too that a lot of us guys we deal with, and especially black men. Now, right now, I don't mind because I can afford it. But like, what if I can't afford it? You get what I'm saying? And
I was always not against it, but with my ex-husband, I just never did that because I feel like if you go to court and the judge grants you whatever, right? And I'm like, you giving me $300, but if I just let him do what he needs to do, he's buying Christmas. I don't have to buy school clothes. I don't have to do none of that. So it wasn't a lot of these women. They want the money to touch their hand, and that's the problem.
Yeah, that's true.
I just allowed him to do what he needed to do, and that was it.
See, but you say you like how you say you like 50, right?
I'll be 50 in October.
Yeah, see, you from a different generation. See, a lot of these females, they don't really got that type of
Even growing up, I didn't have a lot of friends because I got married straight out of high school, had my first kid, and I didn't get to do the mini skirt thing. I didn't get to run around with my friends. I had to be home taking care of kids, getting dinner ready for the family, and those kind of things. And so, a lot of girls from my generation, where I'm from, they didn't have like the same baby father. Some of them didn't even know who he was, and so I was always judged. They always said, "Oh, she thinks she's better than everybody," and this and that. I just knew better even in my own household, we had my siblings. We had different fathers or whatever, and I just knew that wasn't something I wanted for my family.
Right.
And so marriage I did. I broke a lot of generational curses, and even my own family sometimes treated me different. Like if I left and did things, but when you know better, you do better.
Yes, that comes into play. Hey, I had my sister. Well, I have 4 sisters, but my youngest sister seen my wife. This is when I was dating or whatever, and I have that. That's the only white nookie I ever had, actually. Mm-hmm. And I had better nookie if we gonna talk like that, as of like people, you know what I mean, playing around and stuff. And she said, "Oh, I at least thought you would have a Mexican girl, a white girl. What you bring this white bitch in here for?" Exact words. Exact words. I had to cuss her out and say, "Man, get the hell." But at the time, I'm like, "Yo, I'm trying to get my head wet. What are you doing?" But it ended up being somebody I had 2 children with, end up getting married. I never seen it then, but yeah, so it happens, a lot of times, like me, like we can say, I'm in an interracial marriage. And a lot of time people talk about that stuff from these fake hating people out here. I don't like to say divestors and all this other crap because a lot of them is ganged up. They get along gang. Mm-hmm. Not that Mr. Brown stuff. I'm talking about the stuff that they all in on. Mm-hmm. And they would sit here and literally tell us that don't watch football. They ain't give Colin Kaepernick a job. They not hiring a black man. They would say that about Colin, but then they would look at me and say, Steve, your kids ain't black because they mother's white. But then I look and I say, well, Colin Kaepernick never been raised by a black man. My daughters is raised by a black man. And they will continue to be raised by a black man for the rest of their life. Until I say, hey, you take her in marriage, and I got that nice suit on, and I'm about to party and drink because I know I ain't got to worry about taking care of my daughter because I know it's another man that's gonna help me. To then, but that's why when you were talking on child support, that's why I like Mr. Palmer, because it's no biases in it. It's no. A lot of people would say, well, I'm pro-black, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but then they'll sit around and worship and put on a pedestal people that's really not black or mixed. They would do like Sean King. Y'all know that man ain't black. Y'all know Colin Kaepernick, besides the NFL stuff, period. Y'all know that this guy is not a social justice warrior, period.
Hell, they said Obama wasn't black.
and look, see, the thing is though, this would that pick me stuff come into play. So they will literally say a person like Colin Kaepernick is the proest black person on the planet because he did a Nike commercial, he blew his hair out in the fro, and he walked with all black on. And he's pro-black. And then we just seen the Super Bowl. We just seen it. All it took was 2 years. Jay-Z got paid some money, and look at the Super Bowl. They threw away all the narrative of what Colin did off that. You heard Jay-Z said we passed kneeling. He had a plan. He got the money. He ruled it out. Hey, we gonna give y'all some Latina spices 1 year. The next year we in LA. He about to hit y'all with the LA, the hip hop. And watch what they're gonna do next year. And think about this too. No New York artist called him out for not having New York artists on the big stage. The Super Bowl pay a lot of money.
Yeah, they do.
And nobody said nothing because it's Jay-Z.
But they had
at all.
thing. They said that Mary J. Blige was making a stink because they didn't want to pay her or pay her what she wanted or something or another.
Mary J. Blige could have did the Super Bowl by herself.
I think she got cut short.
Yeah, look, all them artists, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and 50 Cent, all them artists can do the Super Bowl by themselves. They have to bunch it up. They can do it by themselves.
Snoop came in and did some next level shit. I don't know what.
Yeah. So now, that's why I said, look, so football supposed to be this white supremacist sport. To this day, if you watch, you let the Colin Kaepernick documentary tell you, as he talk about people being slaves and people holding their hands up and they get measured. They trying to see how long your calves is, how big your woody is. They want to see how long you can run before you sweat, all that other stuff. We knew all this stuff, but you got paid $100 million from a company that fired you and you sued them. You got paid. You're not getting no job. I keep saying this. I said this back then. No company is not going to hire you after you sue them.
Yo, my job didn't take me back.
No, they're not going to do it.
Because
I got fired because I was in a car accident with a fucking company truck and I wasn't even driving. Once they had a chance to get rid of me, they got rid of me. And they said, oh, yeah, because they were scared I was going to sue them.
They claim everything. If something like that's happened, they can always say they feel like you're a liability. So
that's what it is. It's true, though.
Yeah.
It's true. Don't keep me around, and y'all had me damn near about to die. Yeah, I'm about to take all y'all down.
That's the part.
So yeah, it's getting bad, you know, and it's really directing. Well, I'm not gonna say black community because I don't think it's really that. Black Americans, because I don't get into the letter game. All them letters, that ADOS, FBA stuff, I don't get into that. That's group stuff. But black Americans, like black people, African Americans, whatever you want to say, yeah, we got a big problem, and it's starting with us. Like, ain't no talking about the woman single, raising single man, and ain't about no man out here pumping and dumping and all that. No, it's all simple shit. Us sitting down, talking about what we want to do, how we want to move forward. Hey, you want to be with me? We gonna build a family. Let's build a family. Oh, you just want me to gun it out and push your wall back? Okay,
Yeah,
we need to
that's the thing.
understand that.
Those conversations that used to be had back then, people don't come to you and say, you know, you want to be my lady, or you know, those conversations are not even had anymore. It's basically, oh, because they screwed you, that's your man or that's your lady. But nobody's saying, listen, we're gonna do something together. Let's build something. Let's do something.
Yeah, it happened to me one time with a female in the past, but that's when I used to be a very, I ain't gonna say a bad person. I never was a bad person, but I did things, and I just, you know, and I had a female in general. She said, Steven, you ain't like you used to be in high school. You're not being out here doing all that crazy shit like that, you know. But you know, we can get this house out here. They got these new houses built in here. We can grab this. We can do it. She was on a plan, and to this day, I respect her for that plan. But at the same time, you know what I thought? I said, hey, I know you randomly run through a couple different dudes. That's her right. She's single. She can do whatever in her box. And you coming at me with that. And the first thing I thought is, why do I gotta be on the borderline of going to jail or prison every day just to be around you?
Yeah,
That's a bad thing.
Yeah, a lot of people they're not truthful. You know, like one time I was in a relationship. I lived in Jersey, he lived in New York, and it was like, you hardly have time to come over here, but every time I turn around, he's an artist. Every time I turn around, you on social media, on the stage, you flicking up with the host and all this extra stuff, but you don't have time to come across the bridge. That ain't gonna work.
Oh, he got time to come across the bridge when he want to bust that nut.
I know it. I bet he wish he could. Bet he wish he could.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm glad you came on, and you know, it's good to see that you had all that experience and all that. I don't know about the other two gentlemen. They situations with they lady friends and stuff. That's their business, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, me, you know, I'm a black man in an interracial marriage, and if you want to say I'm hood to the fullest, I guess. But you know, I do love to see women that look like me, and men. I like to say, "How you doing, sir?" I like to say, "How you doing, miss?" I like to smile. I like to shake hands when I meet people.
Right.
I like to show respect. And a lot of times it don't happen.
Missing a lot of that.
And they get confused. Even at my job now, and I come there and I promote my business, which we talked about, you know. And they be like, "Oh, thank you. Oh, you was thinking about me like that." Yeah, I was. Not sexually, but I was thinking about you to help grow my business so I could make more money.
Right.
I wasn't thinking about you to push your walls back. So yeah, we gotta move forward, and we got to. I'm gonna keep saying this. When we see people that look like us, we need to hold the door open.
Yeah.
We need to say, "How you doing, sir?" It's an older man. "How you doing, sir?" What's going on, man? What's up, cuz? Or whatever slang in different states where people want to use.
Right.
But we gotta greet each other at these jobs, cause you head of security or a supervisor or a boss, a team lead or a line lead at a factory or something. You don't need to be treating people like shit.
That's true.
You know, and you gotta have empathy for people. When you get these positions, and this is what's wrong with us too. We love to flex our power on each other, man, and it's sad. And we gotta have respect for each other. Like when you see a black, like, and I'm talking black shit, and the way I be talking is funny because for me to talk like this, you say, "Damn, if your wife white or not," you know. And then this is the same stuff I say to her. We need to have respect for each other. When we see each other, we need to talk. We need to, hey, wave a hand. You've seen me 20 times in a week. Damn, if you a female, you ain't even smile and say how you doing. If
I'm
you
like
a
that
dude,
too. I'll speak. Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you?
yeah.
And one time
Because
my
you
little
need
girl
that.
said, "Mom, why are you speaking to these people? They're not even speaking back. You look crazy." I said, "No, I don't. She do."
You need that. That's the community. Because if that person seen you 20 to 50 times, you never spoke to them. When you getting your hair cracked, don't be trying to go ask them how I don't know. You're getting robbed. You know what I mean? Or something happening, and you know, we don't have that connection with each other. But we always feel that if it's something with white people and they say somebody did something, and then you want to believe it when it's not true. But when your kid, a lot of kids tell them people do shit, flirt, fuck with them, and they don't even talk about that. They push them to the side. A lot of these people, especially these rappers, these modern day rappers, it's people in jail right now for shooting people and doing shit for no reason, but they got people in their family doing shit like molestation, what they call it, on black hate, all that stuff. Oh, you dark, you ugly. But we never address none of that stuff. We got you combing kids' hair. You say, "Oh, your hair, sit still, girl. Your hair nappy as hell. Your hair nappy as hell. Sit still." You know what I mean?
Pop their hand and all this.
Yeah, and this stuff is just like, this is degrading. Now, when the kids get older, they say nappy head. Now people say, don't call her nappy headed. That's a bad word. It's like, damn. Well, shit, the mama was calling the girl hair nappy the whole time because she had crinkly hair.
My little girl she don't do perm. She don't do none of that. She natural. She like her braids. I braid her regular hair. You know, cause
you get the right
from a baby.
Yeah, you get the right shampoo. You don't need a hot comb.
I would braid her hair from a baby and put her little beads on the end and her barrettes. And you can look just as cute. You don't need all that stuff.
Yeah.
And now she do hair. She do eyes, lashes. She do makeup. She do hair. She could put on a lace front better than these grown people.
Yeah. I'm trying to get my daughter to learn how to do dreads. I need my hair done. I ain't had my hair done in like 4 months.
I got locks. I'm growing my locks back now. And I had some before. I had them like 4 years. They were almost down my back.
Yeah, man, right here. They ain't
mine's
too
is
much.
about
They're
like
a little
that.
something.
Yeah, I'm growing them back.
A little something. Hey, sorry, Tough Love. I know that hair bald, man. My fault, man.
Sorry, Tough Love.
I'm about to piss somebody off.
We can lend you a piece.
I'm about to piss somebody off. He keep talking shit to me.
He over there sleeping.
Nah. I'm listening to y'all, man. I'm enjoying the conversation. Sometimes it's good to listen. You don't have to always be the person talking. So I'm enjoying it. Y'all making a lot of good points.
Yeah.
I like this right here, this comment right here, and I was thinking y'all was going to elaborate on it, but y'all kind of jumping around it, but I really wanted to, you know what I'm saying, see what y'all thought about this comment right here.
I can't see it. What it say?
That nobody wants to be accountable. They just want to be right. Nobody is right 100% of the time.
That's true.
I mean, that's I think that's common sense. It should be anyway, but
I mean, a lot of times it's because the people around you not holding you accountable.
Yep, that's the go along, get along gang thing, though. You know, like.
And then when you hold them accountable, they don't want to be your friend. You know, they want to treat
Yep.
you bad, talk about you. You know, you think you better when you just trying to tell them, listen, I'm your friend. This is not right.
Yeah. A lot of times, that's mostly a female thing to me when it comes to accountability, because a lot of men, they do hold men accountable. A lot of
them don't say, oh, not some of them, because I've had somebody when I try to tell them something, he said, I can't never do nothing right, and I'm like, well, I'm telling you, this is not right. Like, it's not right.
Like, my brothers and my friends cannot come to me and tell me something that I know. You can't be in a relationship or married or laid up with a woman and come talk to me about banging out some side chick that I don't know about or whatever. It can't be, because then I would say, hey, you out here talking about doing that, man. That energy and that money you spent on that, you could have did this. See, but a lot of us don't hold each other accountable. Like that. And this goes back to what Tough Love was talking about in the past, where I heard him specifically tell Mr. B that how do you hold people, man, accountable and all that. And a lot of times, men are scared to say that. No, we gonna hold a man accountable by laying down a foundation. This is what men do. This is what men don't do.
And then
we gotta separate it.
Let me
young boys.
Just statement. Go ahead.
Young boys need to be chastised and disciplined so they can direct themselves and choose how they want to live and move. And we need that. We need to know when we wrong. We need to know when we right.
And it's true, because like I said, my son, he's 26 now, and he better not be on no corner. His father pulled right up in that Benz. Get in. He like, what the hell? So, no, get in. You're not standing on nobody's corner, because things happen on corners.
So one of the somebody in the comment section said that they disagree with you that that accountability is not gender specific. She said that yeah.
No, it goes both ways. But then we got to look at, you know, when we calling ourselves holding people accountable, you know, just because they don't want to receive what you telling them or receive your message, do you still continue to, for instance, partake in it? You know, if you know it's wrong, if you know it's not sitting right with you and you're trying to guide them the right way, do you still indulge or be around it?
Right. I mean,
are you wrong from removing yourself? I'm asking.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up that last part, removing yourself, because that's exactly where I was going with this what I was about to do with this statement. I'm at the point in my life, if it ain't like my family members, and that's even like depending on who it is, my family, like my daughters and all that stuff. If it ain't like my daughters, like something like real close, then you can go right the fuck on here with your issues, your problems. Like I don't have time for all that stuff. I'm doing something with my life right now, like building a legacy, and like people just like to be miserable, and when you call them out on a BS, they want to act so defensive and they want to deflect. A lot of this stuff is deflection. A lot of people, a lot of times people they deflect how they feel or what they do onto they try to project it onto you.
I was going to say that.
And I be people, and when I realized that when people do it, and it's not just females, it's males do it too. Because I'm actually thinking about men right now when I'm thinking about it. And it's like when you come across people like that, it kind of comes off as like narcissistic, but I'm like, all right, whatever. You go right on the head with yourself.
It just ain't for me. That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Like you wish them well, you bid them a good day, and you keep it moving, right?
That's it.
Can I say something? Is all right?
Especially like with me, like I said, I have a brand. My brand is Refuse to Lose. In my community, I talk to a lot of the young teens and try to, encourage them about, just waiting or, you know, um, domestic violence and, how to get out. And I link them to, organizations that I'm connected with and things like that. So if my brand is Refuse to Lose, then I just can't be amongst a lot of stuff because it makes it look like what I'm trying to deliver to the universe is a lie.
So I've heard a lot of people's feedback, and I think that you guys are spot on with your perspectives, and I appreciate it. So I'm gonna give a little bit of mine because I kind of been quiet for a minute.
Yeah, wake up.
Um so here's my thought process. I truly believe that there are a lot of men that are afraid to be leaders. There are a lot of men that are afraid to stand in the front, whether that's the front of the line, the front of the class, the front of the crowd, and do anything that's going to be meaningful because they understand that, you know what, I didn't get my position for taking charge. I got my position from taking shots. I got my position from being disrespectful. I got my position from being the underdog, but I never stepped in front of anyone and said, I'm gonna own this position because it's the right thing to do. I feel like there's a lot of people on social media. Um, they may want to do good, but they don't know how to do good. And I think that when we have things like I'm gonna use the military for example, um, you have to know how to do good. It's not just about wanting to do good. You're tested. You understand what I'm saying? You're tested. You're tested not only in the states. You're tested overseas. So you have daily, annual, quarterly evaluations that say, hey, you know what? You meet the standards of being a good leader. And I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of men online right now have never been tested, have never been questioned, or have never been broken down or given any type of criticism to be like, okay, this is what you could do to do better. So you got to understand that when you reach a certain level of popularity, if I didn't reach my popularity on being positive, then it's going to be hard for me to look at what it is that you're talking about. And I'm kind of under that umbrella right now. I kind of realize that a lot of people don't understand that type of conversation. That's like, let's say we all worked at the same job. We all worked at the same job, but because a few of us understand, what I'm saying, the standard operating procedures of that job. Like we understand how to be successful in that job. Some people show up and it's like, okay, I just want to clock in.
I gotta be here.
Do whatever they tell me or whatever, but I'm not doing anything for advancement. I'm not doing anything to build. I'm just here. And that's the way I see YouTube. It's a lot of content creators, and I'm just clocking in. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here for anything that's going to manifest into something bigger. And me personally, even though I'm optimistic, I got to realize that there are people just clocking in. There are men that, you know what I'm saying, I would say, well, yeah, this guy should know, or this guy should know, and that's just off the strength of being a man, or off the strength of having certain statuses in their personal life. But the fact of the matter is, they've never really been leaders. They've never been leaders, so they don't really know how to lead. They've been around leaders. They've been affected by leaders, but they've never been challenged to be leaders. And I think that's the issue that a lot of men have with Tough Love, is the fact that he's challenging me to be a leader. He's challenging me to hold the standard. And the fact of the matter is, pressure butts pipes. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know what I'm saying, that there's a lot of men who've already kind of talked themselves into a situation where if they've already said, if I'm positive, no one's going to listen to me.
Yeah, I heard it.
Where my energy is different, because I realize that whether it's a lot of people or one person,
I'm still gonna do what I came to do. That's it.
The goal here is to affect one person. The goal here is to make every conversation counts. You understand what I'm saying? So when you have that particular goal, then you move differently, you act differently because you understand that there are consequences to you acting negatively. Like I was listening to, I don't know if it was Steven, or I don't know if it was my man Let's Talk, but one of them, you know what I'm saying, said it's like, I didn't grow up knowing a bunch of stuff. I discovered those things. And the thing about it is you represent other men that did not grow up knowing a bunch of stuff. So my thought process is if you are a popular content creator, people are going to come to your channel and they are these same men and women that didn't know a bunch of stuff. So my thought process is while you have the audience, while you have the special moment to say, let's grow and build and do stuff, don't take advantage of it. And that is my passion. And that's where I'm at with this situation. But a lot of people won't, because you got to understand, just because you're popular doesn't mean you're a leader. And that is something
that's a fact.
That is something that has been very monumental with my time here on YouTube, that popular does not mean that you are leading people in the right direction or you care to lead people in the right direction. I'm gonna be quiet and let y'all talk. Go ahead.
I think a lot of things, even with the men and the women, I think a lot of times it's that people really haven't dealt with stuff within their own self. A lot of times people been through things, they try to convince themselves mentally that they've gotten through, but they really haven't got the help, the counseling, or even the time to just sit and say, I need to do something different. I know this is what I seen growing up or whatever, but I'm grown now and I know it wasn't right, and so I'm not going to do those things.
All right.
But a lot of people, again, I had a bad relationship. And of course I could be anywhere I want to be. I know that for a fact. But I took 2 years, me and God, to try to figure out why are these people coming for me? Why I'm getting these kind of relationships where people want to use me or see that I have things to help, and then when they get on their feet, they doing something. Why do people feel like I'm so vulnerable, or I'm the one where they could go get a step higher and things like that? So a lot of times you have to take time for yourself and try to get in tune with yourself and figure out what it is you maybe need to work on. And those 2 years was the best 2 years of my life.
I agree. I agree with what you're saying.
Nobody can't come play no game. Believe that.
Here's my thought process. There are a lot of content creators, and like Let's Talk was saying earlier, it's like YouTube is so huge. Like I'll listen to something from a Ben Shapiro or a Candace Owens, and I'm gonna be honest with you, because I'm just that well versed, and whether I agree with them or not, I just want to hear perspectives. And the great thing about it is that you don't have the people that listen to Candace Owens may not listen to a Tommy Sotomayor. The people that listen to Tommy Sotomayor may not listen to a Let's Talk or a Refuse to Lose. So the thought process is, when you're listening to all these different conversations, to me, it helps enlighten your perspective on certain situations. So this is where I'm at right now.
Even with me, I watch a lot of stuff, but I won't tap in. They never even knew I showed up there. But a lot of times I watch different things because I'm learning what not to do, or I'm learning what to do. You got to know what not to do, because you see this and say, Dad, they gonna list their channel. Man, I know I ain't gonna do that. I write stuff down. That's crazy. She said that. Wow. You gotta tap into things for the right reason.
You'll be surprised what you hear online.
Yeah,
you'll be surprised.
Sim said so. This is my thing. I mentioned two people just off the, because I wanted to go that far, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But the right wing and left wing and the conservative and the, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's all about what's appeasing. What is it that you find? Because what's even more interesting is that if you didn't know who a Candace Owens was and she came to speak at your high school, or she came to speak at your college, I guarantee she could get a lot of people to see her views and values. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. So the thought process is, are you going to send? Because here's the thing: if the right wing consists of a Candace Owens, then the left wing consists of a Cardi B. So you send Cardi B to a college versus sending Candace Owens. Okay, cool. You send Cardi B to, and I'm not talking about her. Of course, she has success, but I'm saying in reference to the seal the deal, in reference to the conversation. Do you want to have the conversation with Cardi B, or do you want to have the conversation with somebody that can actually develop a business plan and a way forward? And I think the issue that we have a lot of times in America is that we have a lot of people that are sitting at the table that are a part of the conversation, but have no idea what the conversation should be about. They have no direction. So what it is that they requote something that they heard. And this is no shade to anybody, but I hear people make great statements, but they don't have great strategy. So when I listen, I'm listening for the strategy, and I never get the strategy. So when Tough Love comes back and say, "Well, what's up with the strategy?" Their recoil to me is, well, the statement is enough. You know, I only need to make the statement, and that's the problem with us as men and women. We now use definitions where only using a statement is okay.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with action. It has nothing to do with real work. Only
I
the
feel that way too.
Right, and personally, that always been my pet peeve. I was talking to one of my best friends like 2 or 3 days ago about that. Like, we used to always get together, me, him, and a few of our other friends when we were younger, and talk about plans on like the type of stuff that I'm doing now. But we used to talk about that stuff back when we was like 16, 17. And like, yeah, when we get older, we want to do this and blah, blah, blah. And of course, we'd be like up in somebody's crib, we'd be chilling, smoking, drinking, talking shit. But I was always the type of person out of all of us. I'm like, all right, well, let's formulate a plan to do it. Let's do something. Like, kind of like, even like when we be talking about like, not even just like business wise, but just like this on the lines of just going out, getting girls, going to the club. Yeah, let's do this, blah, blah, blah. And we'll be in the club, like drinking, getting high. A couple of niggas just talking shit. And I'll be like, after we start smoking and drinking, I'm like, all right, well, let's go out and go do it then. Like, why y'all keep talking? And I noticed that a lot of my peers is always like that. People talk. And it sounds good, but no one ever want to like walk, and that gets on my nerves. And I've always kind of veered off people like that. Like, at one point in my life, I used to be 300 pounds, and a couple of us was fat. So we used to be like, well, look, let's work out together. We're gonna do this, do that, all that. It sounded good in the beginning. Ain't nobody want to do it with me. I started doing it. 5 years later, I lost 150 pounds. So, like, like talking is not something that I'm really into. If I'm going to talk about it, I'm going to formulate a plan to actually, do something about it. If not, then I can't deal with you. So,
right, that happens a lot. Again, everybody is not. People just don't be ready. They got to be ready for their own self. Me, I work out. I have a personal trainer and stuff like that. And people were saying, "You getting small? But I know that I've been on the table to have heart surgery 3 times. And when I got up there, the doctor didn't see what he thought he saw, so I didn't have the surgery. They had the catheter in me, all of that. I said, you know what? I need to lose some weight. And I go to the gym. I walk 3 hours a day in the park. Just walk. I stop. I work out. I do my resistance band. I do all my stuff. And it's like, now I'm built funny. Whatever. But I'm not on that heart table.
right. and that was kind of like my thing too. That's what kind of led me into boxing, because it started off as just like a workout thing. And I started off initially working out because of like I had like heart problems. I was like back in 2012, my uncle died of a heart attack in his sleep, and he was only like 42. So that shit scared the hell out of me. And I'm like, all right, and I was fatter than him. I'm like, all right, I'm younger, so that might help me. But shit, I'll be his age in like 7 years, so or 10 years. So I was scared, so I started working out, and now I don't have those type of heart problems. I don't got none of that stuff no more.
Exactly. It's health first. But again, people got to be ready for their own self, and then sometimes until they hit that rock, then they want to do right, and it be too late. Even with me, my mom is insulin dependent. She has all her valves in her heart is replaced. All these different things. Thyroid. I've had thyroid cancer. I have radiation over 3 times. You know what I mean? So I just know I got to keep my health intact. I don't care if the guys want the big butt girl. She don't live here no more.
Right.
Hey, do me a favor, y'all. Do me a favor. Let me get the floor real quick. Simset. So, I appreciate you. And I know you're not trying to be like disrespectful or nothing. I understand who, I understand the left from the right. I do. I do know that Cardi B was brought on to talk to Democratic presidential nominees for her perspective and her status, but it was for the left. So I understand that there are other political platforms and people who represent that do it on a daily basis. I totally get it. My thought process is that I feel that though I don't agree with everything the left says and everything the right says, that what I'm saying, those people that want to see America move forward and want to see citizens get the best healthcare, economic growth, and social standing, the people that's going to be the best for the job, I'm going to root for always. The people that can come to the table and have a conversation, I'm going to root for always. So regardless of what side it is, that's just where I stand at. So, but I appreciate what you just said. I also appreciate this statement right here, of someone to kind of understand where we are right now. But let's turn this up a little bit before we go our separate ways. I want to ask you guys a question. Again, I appreciate the statement. I appreciate the statement. I know we kind of talk about social media, and we talk about what content creators do this and what content creators don't do that or whatever. Let me ask you guys, because I know that at least 2 of you all are content creators. So what is your purpose here on YouTube? Maybe that's important to start off there. So go. Anybody want to go in the order? Go.
My goal is to help people heal. My goal is to, help some, young mothers or what have you, get out of situations where they think they can't get out of, possibly because, the other person is holding the money and they don't know how to make it on their own. To kind of, teach people it's okay to be different. You don't always have to fit in, just be you. And first and foremost is to save souls, because I'm a Christian. I'm in ministry, and I just want to help people see the truth.
Okay, I guess I'll go next. Well, and it's a few things. Some of y'all may not like the answers, may like it. I don't know. It really don't matter. But I started my YouTube channel July 7th of 2020. I think my very first video was talking about, I don't know if y'all heard about the NFAC, the all black militia that was doing their thing back in 2020 by the leader Grandmaster Jay. So I started off, on here just talking about different things, seeing stuff that I was seeing, the riots and all that stuff. And I wanted to spread, like awareness to everything, and also, just try to how can I say it? Um, like bring the truth out about like certain stuff that I think that be going on online. Now like throughout the process of me being on YouTube, I never actually thought that I would be monetized. Like, cause truth be told, and I probably should have known this. I probably sound stupid for saying it, but I didn't even know nothing about that stuff until I got an email saying that you meet the qualifications and all that stuff, and that was like only like 9 months into me starting the channel, and so when I start seeing that I can make money off it, I was like, all right, cool. I guess I can grow a business out of it and make like grow a brand, and it's something that I always wanted to do. So I was like, I guess I can kind of kill two birds with one stone. And from me being here on YouTube and actually seeing different people growing, like it's people who started after me and grow like tremendous. Like one YouTuber, for example, some of y'all may know him, may not. Poor Man's Podcast. He started in July of 2020, right after me, and now he's over 300,000 subscribers. So, I see like what it's doing for certain people, and I see that people are growing from YouTube and going to other platforms, i.e., me myself. I started off on here, and now I got a Twitch, I got a TikTok, I got an IG, and everything. But it all started from here on, just on YouTube, and something that I never even thought of when I even started this channel. So, I guess to answer your question, my purpose here on YouTube is to spread awareness and get this truth out. But also networking and branding as well.
One of the other things too I do, I speak on a lot of artists and different celebrities, and I do that because I try to show people that if God could do it for them, He can do it for you too. I try to get them to see some of the good things and the bad things, only to let them know that these people are human and they do things too. They do make mistakes too. So not to ever believe that nobody's perfect. Just because they're in these high places don't mean they're perfect. Don't mean they never did nothing. Don't mean that a lot of them was in poverty before as well. And nothing is overnight. But if you keep working, the same could happen for you.
Yeah.
Like me, I don't even have my wall yet, but I'm not worried. I'm still going. I'm not interacting with stuff. I'm still staying the course, thank God. I haven't been drugged yet. You feel me? So I know I'm on the right path, and that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and get the dragging her real quick. Let her know how real it can get.
Yeah, blow me up.
So Steven, do you have a YouTube channel?
Yes.
Okay, tell us about your YouTube channel.
My YouTube channel, I just started like a week ago. I should have started it 10 years ago. But I did something with my friend who's a top athlete in the state of Michigan. And his brother graduated from University of Michigan. So like I've been around athletes, athletic people my whole life, from basketball, football. And the channel that we gonna start, actually a lot of times he pushed that in my head. And the channel, I'm here. You hear me, man?
Yeah.
All right, my fault. Yeah, I did a couple videos. Like I said, I broke down what I thought about the drill rap and what it is. And we talk about a lot of other stuff. But with that being said, I want to say this. Our children, I'm going to keep going back to that. Our kids, we need to start chastising our kids to make sure that they push forward. And I don't know how to, me saying that is just, for all households, from the poorest household to the richest household. And we gotta make sure that we teach our kids to have respect for the person that look like them.
Yep.
That's it. That's all I can say. I say as a woman raising a children, I don't want to hear no. I'm independent. I'm doing it myself. Okay, I hear it. That's cool. But now, make sure that girl, that boy, is in the direction they want to be.
Of course.
I'm not trying to say make sure your kids see us as people. We try to put that the success of our children how we look at it.
Yeah, I put
I don't
that
care
on.
about. Yeah, I don't care about that.
Mm-hmm.
Like my daughters, all I want them to do is be aware, grow up, and know how to read and write and count.
And be the best you could be. That's it. Not what nobody else think you should.
Yeah. So if they good people, I'm more proud of them being a good person than anything. So when we talk about other stuff, and that leads to us stamping out the BMT, the baby mama terrorists. We stamped them out by raising our kids right. So me, I got 2 daughters, no son. I want a son, but I don't want to take care of no kid. I don't have the money to. That's a whole another thing. But as like I said, I was scared because people that look like me, we lost. And it took me damn near almost 30 years old for me to know my purpose and how I want to be. And a lot of people don't get that chance. And a lot of us get locked up. We end up being in jail. We be in the county jail. We be in prison. And we in and out of jail for dumb stuff, from fucking not having a license, driving, to just dumb stuff. And we need to understand, and I want all young black women, all young black women, I need y'all to understand this. It's no need for you to look at a 17-year-old or a 19-year-old and say, you need to have a house, you need to have a car, you need to have this money. No. Why can't black men be a kid like everybody else? And we need to be a kid. Like, why can I not like comic books and cartoons and video games about you saying, oh, you's a gamer? But there's gamers out here that make millions of dollars. There's gamers out here that out here doing things. Look at DJ Academics. He started off as a gamer. But see, he was able to get to that level because he's a second generation immigrant. But we put that pressure on our children to be either a ball player, and I say ball, I mean any sport in America, and an entertainer. Black men is not rewarded being a doctor. They're not rewarded being social workers or teachers, people that be around that really affect people. And we need these men. We need these men. And me saying this, don't push these men away. Okay, you like to be thotted out. Not you in general. But in general, these women, you want to be thotted out. Okay, go get gunned out, get your shit pushed back. Now we back to Monday. That's Friday through Saturday, Sunday. We back to Monday now. We need these men to push our boys forward. And I'm not talking BMTs or beta male simps and all that. I'm not.
Hello. Okay. Well, I'm going to kind of give a small reply to that, because I am a black woman. So my my youngest son that's from my marriage, he passed away.
Hey, y'all, listen. I'm sorry. Look, he he dropped off by himself though. His Wi-Fi was like acting up. So I didn't kick him off.
My son that passed away, he passed away the Easter right when COVID started. But he was a ball player. And even my son that's the artist, we always implanted into them, what if this don't work? What else? And so though he was, he played ball, he actually died from a brain aneurysm, but he played ball, but we made sure you still need education to fall back on. When he died, he owned his own cleaning business at 24. The one that's the artist, that's what he gonna be, and he's sticking to it. But we still implanting him. What else? It has to be a backup plan.
Right.
We don't just, we believe in you. We not saying that, but we saying what if? What's next? So, some of us do, try to make them take that extra step into, having something to fall back on, which a lot of people don't.
I don't think I think it's a shift, nowadays as far as with young black men or just black men in general. As far as trying to do something with themselves and trying to obtain some type of financial future or whatever. Like I'm seeing a lot of, since I've been on YouTube for like 2 years now, a year and a half, whatever. Since my time on here, and like all right, mind you, I had a channel for this long, but I've been on YouTube like watching stuff for
Right,
like,
that's how I came here, just watching videos.
right. So I've always just been in the back watching it. I just made a channel in 2020, but so I've been noticing a boom of just average everyday people like me and you just making channels now. You got so many people who are becoming content creators, and I think a lot of the people like my age, 37 and above, I think a lot of us, we're getting inspired by the younger people. Like I be telling people, like I be telling my friends or my old friends that I used to be with, I'm like, yo, these young, I'm like, why am I keep seeing like these 18, 19-year-olds like killing it, like out doing stuff together, going on vacations, shopping trips and stuff, and they working, they got their own business, they got their own hustle, and the hustle ain't necessarily got to be like selling drugs and all that stuff. They just doing something because of the times we living in now. Let's not to say that you just go out here and start a business or do something that you just gonna instantly make money. No, that's not what I'm saying, but it's easier than it was 30 or 40 years ago. Like it's kind of hard, it's kind of damn near impossible for you to say you can't go out here and make some type of money to do something. Like, and that's why I kind of fell off from a lot of people I used to deal with, because it was kind of like access baggage. And like I stated earlier, I got kids, like they're the ones I got to worry about. So
right.
Then I got my family. My family look at me like I'm the damn key. So, so it was like, I feel like I gotta, be out here doing stuff. So that's my ambition. That's my motivation. And I think a lot of us young black men, we got to start installing that on them. Not even just the black men, but the girls too. Like, because I ain't got sons. So I try to teach my daughters like what I do. Like, I was never a high school dropout. Like I graduated high school when I was supposed to, but I took like a long ass break before I went to college, probably like 10 years or so. And then I straight got my associates in architectural drafting design, and then I got my bachelor's in business administration. Now I did take a break. I've been on break for like 3 years now because I just got tired. I was in school for like 8 years straight, from like 2010 to like 2018 or something like that. Wow. So I'm tired. So I'll eventually go back and get my master's, but I be sure I say all that to say I'm teaching. I'm showing my daughters, and I'm actually kind of glad I did do it because when I was in school and everything, my kids is older and everything. They see me in school, so we like going to school together and studying together. Like we was at, like a couple years ago, we was at home like 5, 6 o'clock. We all studying together. So they're like, "Oh yeah, Daddy, he's doing this, he's doing that." And like I said, like me and my baby moms don't get along. So whatever they might hear from their moms, I'm showing them the exact opposite.
Yeah, I
So
never did that. I never, even now when they call and we're divorced and they're grown, I'll tell them you need to talk to them. I never ever denied them to see them, no matter what we went through. And even now, if they call over the issue with him, you need to call him. I'm not
right,
getting that, and I just never been like that. Cause you don't
right,
want your children to have to pick parents. That's mean, and that puts the child in a real bad space.
it definitely does. Definitely does.
And just
But
no.
yeah, I think it's just this. I mean, people just got to get back into prayer and whatever prayer that is for you, whatever faith you in. You know what I mean? I think people just need to get back to that. It's no more community. It's no more nothing. And kind of like you were saying earlier, it kind of starts with yourself and at home. And if we all can individually start teaching ourselves and even our children and everything to be better, because it's how can we teach our children respect and all that stuff when we ain't got it?
Yeah.
So like.
You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So, what'll I make you? Good?
Really, yo. Really?
I just said I like that. I like that.
I gotta give me an intro. I need an intro.
That's so perfect for me. Like that's so perfect.
I
For me.
like it. I was like, wait a minute. What
That's perfect. Let's talk. Did left. Did I kick Let's Talk off? He might have came back. It sounded like somebody.
everybody
He just came back. Hold on. Let me put him back in here.
conversation. I love this channel. You know, I feel kind of even.
What's up, brother?
Because you could just, get caught up in so much nonsense if you're not careful where you place yourself. Because you be, believe it or not, you could become them people. Like, man, So I'm glad, that I'm, again, like I said, I feel blessed to be a part of this channel.
Yeah, I'm definitely grateful for everyone that's coming on. Salute, brother. I see you. Salute. I'm definitely grateful for everybody that's coming through and listening to my perspective and providing their perspective. I think is dope, and I very much appreciate it. I really want to take. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I really want to take this channel to, another level or whatever. So I realize it's probably going to hit a couple of hardships and bumps and bruises in the road before we get to where we need to be. But I think we'll get there. I got a lot of people, a lot of good people that are tuning in and providing. Car, what's going on, Car? I got a lot of good people that's providing a lot of different topics or whatever. We're definitely going to get to that. I think I've been tackling a couple of topics. I think for to be honest with you, I have a lot of people that really want to hear my perspective on certain things. And once they, it's like, the first couple, 2-3 times, you're like, I'm not going to really worry about it. Not going to really worry about it. But then when it gets to a point where, people are really passionate about, hearing a perspective. And for some reason, when I give my perspective, like I rattle some cages.
Right.
I rattle cages, and regardless of what comes back after I rattle the cages, you know, what I said still stands. It stays the course, like it's still unraveled. So
Right.
I just don't want the people that subscribe to me that are mothers and fathers, people that work their 9 to 5s, or entrepreneurs, or people that's waking up, going through trial and tribulation, having to deal with a lot of back and forth. I don't want to do that. I think that if we're gonna fight, then we're gonna fight. But I'm not gonna, you know, be acting like this is a verbal fight. You know what I'm saying? If something happened where you feel that, you know, I personally have disrespected you or your family, then, you know, do what you need to do. But I don't want my subscribers to have to deal with that level of nonsense. I think there's a better way to handle situations, and I'm hoping that anybody that subscribe that can hear my voice or see my face or whatever, they be like, you know, it's a different energy over here. So I really
Don't
appreciate
want
you
me
guys.
next door.
I appreciate the
You want me
donation.
next door typing in the comments talking about leave tough love alone.
Yeah. I like I said, I've gotten a lot of screenshots. Y'all be surprised, man. You know, I know people be like, somebody sent me something, but I really appreciate. Thank you, Simset. So, I really appreciate people like going to other channels and like, you know, defending me too. But I'm very confident in my own skin and what I have going on in real life. I'm happy and I'm humble.
That's the part.
Yeah. So that's what it is. But listen, let's I want to give you guys the closing words. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what's on your mind. If it's something about your channel, or if it's some energy you just want to push out there or whatever. Because I actually I'm about to pull off here real quick and hit the streets.
I just would appreciate if, you know, some of y'all, you know, come through and subscribe, bless my channel a little bit. I will subscribe back. I'm almost to my community board, and, you know, I believe once I have that, I'm definitely, you know, able to take that next step forward a little faster, and so I would appreciate it.
What's the name of your channel?
Refuse to Lose BTS.
Okay, all right.
Let's talk. Hold on 1 second. Here's the thing. This is why if you're over here and you're adding to the conversation, which a lot of you do, I make you moderators for a reason. One, because of course I want you to help with the push for tough love, but I also want you to give you the power to be able to put certain things in the chat. One of those things is your link. Put your link in the chat and just give a brief synopsis of what you talk about, whether it's relationships, whether it's love, it's empowerment, whatever. Just put something in the chat when we are live. And when I say we as a Tough Love family, we're live, and put that information in there. You don't have to wait for my permission. You don't have to be subscribed, hit the like button for me all the time. It's about us, and it's about having a place where we all can come together and have a conversation where we can agree to even disagree. So don't wait for me. Put your link in there and feel free to say subscribe to my channel.
All right, cool. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you said that, because I would have never done anything like that. I feel like that's disrespect if I would have just did something like that. So
this is I'm gonna be quiet and I'm gonna let you talk. This is a I think it's more than a platform. I think this is a hub. This is a melting pot. This is where people of different nationalities, different ideas, different genders and races can come together and have a conversation and ask the questions to get solidified answers. So I need people like Let's Talk. I need people like Refuse to Lose and Uppity and Jada LaRue and Ricky Manor and, you know, anybody else that chooses to visit this channel. I need you guys to let people know that it's okay to come and have a conversation on another platform other than just Tough Loves. And I support Tough Love. He's all right, whatever. But we're going to extend this conversation because you may have a better perspective than Tough Love. just because I feel I'm very confident in what I say, but I feel like Refuse to Lose may be able to speak on a topic more in depth than me. Uncle Stu may be able to speak on a topic more in depth than me. Let's talk, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I try to share this platform with people who care about having a conversation that matters. Yeah,
Amen.
no doubt. So go ahead, let's talk, man. Go ahead and give us your spiel, bro. Your 2 minutes of sign out.
Well, I just want to say I appreciate you having me on the show. I enjoyed the conversations. I enjoyed everybody that was on here. I appreciate everybody that was in the chat. Even a little. I think I seen a troll earlier. That was cool
Yeah.
too. Yeah, it was cool. But I just want to just say, just everyone just stay prayed up, stay prepped up. And like you said that I think it's important that we do build like a family like here on social media, on YouTube. Now, I'm kind of like, generally speaking, I'm kind of a loner. Like I kind of do everything from the muscle myself, but I'm learning that networking, and it's something I heard a lead attorney say, like networking and communication is important, especially like in this game. And I see like these little cliques on this stuff, and like people be ganging up on each other. Like I don't really like that stuff, and I try to stay off of it as well. But at the same time, I recognize that if people like that have a voice and keep growing, then people like us, like it would kind of like overshadow our voice. So I also subscribe to Refuse to Lose channel. Of course, Tough Love. I'm subscribed to you. And we going like this. Let's keep working. We're gonna keep moving. I'm gonna keep making videos every day or anytime I can on this channel. Y'all do the same, and we just gonna keep building.
We could, not to cut you off, we could sometimes go to each other platform,
Right. That's kind of like the gist that I was thinking too. So yeah.
So let me say this, because sometimes you hear something and I don't, for some reason, if I never get a chance to speak again, I don't want to go to my grave holding this in. So here's my thought process. Everything that you just said, let's talk, is very true. There is a counter to what it is that we do. There's a counter to what it is that we do, whether we want to call it negative, whether we want to call it dysfunctional, whether we want to call it chaotic, whatever it is that we label it as, there is a counter. The thought process is what you doing consistent. Everything that you do has to count. Everything that you do has to matter. We can cry, we can drop a couple F-bombs, we can have fun, we can laugh, we can talk about serious topics, but the fact of the matter is at the end of the day, is what you're doing consistent with actually doing something positive. And that's what counts. So believe it or not, you'd be surprised at how many people venture to the Tough Love channel that are bigger YouTubers, and I'm telling you, it's people inside their circle that they deal with on a regular basis that says, you know what, hey, I like that guy, but and the but is that I can't do what he does because I lose subscribers. Yeah. So we have to exist. The Let's Talk, the Refuse to Lose, and everybody else that says, you know what, I'm here for a purpose and I'm not just reporting to work. I want to make my money, of course. We all want to make our money, but I understand that there's a bigger picture. I understand that I have a bigger responsibility. So you guys don't get discouraged and keep your heads up and stay consistent. So if that's a video, one video every month, then it's one video every month.
I'm thankful that I could log off and not be mad at strangers. Jesus. I'm telling you.
F-bomb creators. Listen, some people say that being positive, you can't curse, and I don't think that's it. I don't think that I mean, definitely, depending on what you're trying to do, but you know, sometimes you just want to be you want to come out as natural. You want to come out as relatable. And sometimes, you know, it might take a couple words to drive home a point. So I'm not above somebody using curse words. Now I don't think every other word needs to be a curse word, but again, different words motivate different types of people. So you have to be what they say, diversified in your conversation.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
But I'm about to get up out of here, man. I wish you guys the best. I'm hoping I'm gonna give you guys a second to drop your link in the chat room, so anybody that checks this on a replay, they can go ahead and hit your link. So I give you guys a couple minutes to do that. I'm gonna probably play a song before I get out of here.
All right.
All right. Salute.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Arriba 60, arriba movimiento queda. Mi corazón está lleno de diferencia. Estamos otra parecerte. Hasta puesta mi dream girl. Su bonita feel bonita feel paso estamos mi que. Y hasta mi dream Baby, guardamos a tu nombre y no me nada más suficiente. Baby, say mami, está mi dream girl. Todo te parece de mami, estamos on mi ticket. No te soy mi tapir. Vomita pince, mas estamos on mi que. Y hasta mi dream